Welcome back to the YTG podcast. If
Welcome.
You are new here, my name is Nico. I'm an automotive photographer and now amateur racing driver.
I'm Sean, and I am the owner of this lovely shed in Keysborough, YTG Young Timers Garage.
Here
Welcome.
on the weekly-ish YTG podcast, we're going to give you the sort of inside scoop inside the automotive industry in Australia, as well as some fantastic stories, motorsport, anything car related. So, and a bit of electric car hate. Join us on another episode, and we hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the regular broadcasting
Hello.
YTG podcast with your regular hosts, Nico and Sean, and no extra guests.
No extra guests.
We're back. We're going to kick things off this week. We're just going to jump straight into it. 2025 here at YTG is the year of getting shit done.
Yeah.
We're expanding into a whole bunch of different things and doing a whole bunch of new stuff, and we're going to lay it all out for you.
Yep.
So, firstly on the list, we have corporate events.
Yep. Now, we're into, again, I say it because I feel very blessed, humbled, grateful, excited, into our fifth year now. And, taxi?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. And basically, we've tried different things like anyone. We've tried different variances of, and again, very experienced. We've tried different things that I've done in the past and other places we've also implemented. So, because we're a boutique brand, we deal in boutique cars. A lot of people have been asking us in the past on various services that I used to maybe do in my past, but we want to do here. But it's a very niche market sector. So you really need the right infrastructure and right network, which I'm blessed and we're blessed to have. But on an international level, it's a lot harder. So we've teamed up with a couple of, with the right two organisations that I've done a lot of stuff in the past, but just helped us right now. That maybe we'll talk about it, the 430 Navatech. So, we've got a couple of cars coming which they've handled for us. So basically where we're going now is YTG. Like I said, 2025 was a year of growth and expansion of certain areas now that we've got the right infrastructure on board. Nico's sort of, I suppose, come on board in his own independent capacity to assist and help grow different departments. So we're doing now proper international brokerage. So yes, I do a few cars here and there for a few blue chip clients overseas, whereas now this is going to be a proper service. Like a lot of you may have heard, I used to say back in the day, Dutton days, from your desktop to your garage. Well, that was my fucking idea, my philosophy. So we're just continuing on with it now. So if you're sitting tonight on your laptop or whatever, on your phone, in bed, and you're thinking about something pretty special. Now, when I say special, I mean something unique. We're not going to just go get you a normal car. That's not what we're about. It's going to be something unique and special, limited, highly coveted, highly appreciated, something that's going to give you growth because obviously, we'll be buying the car right. There will be some fees involved. It's very transparent. So you'll know exactly what you'll be doing, what's involved. We'll hold your hand all the way through. There's some people who are seasoned and some people have absolutely no idea. So we're able to cater for all areas of it, but the most extreme that I can call it is desktop to garage. So from your brain to what you're seeing, you get in touch with Nico, me, we sit down, we map it out. Some people will then drop off because they don't really know what's involved. There's a big mystique about people who say, I'll go and get my own car. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So it's a great service that I've done in the past, and now we're going to do it properly. It's all on the website now?
It is.
Yep. So basically, in theory, desktop to garage. Pretty much anything you want. We're trying to sort out a LaFerrari at the moment, which I'm talking with a couple of my old friends, and we're just trying to tee that up for that client I was talking about the other day at Genuine. And another client, we're looking at a 300SL Roadster or a Gullwing. just depends. And SLR McLaren. So, yeah, that sort of stuff that we want to play with. That's what that we really wanted. In order to do it, it's not an easy exercise, but we will make it easy because of all the experience in our network. Mm-hmm. So we make it look easy, but it's not. But we will do it for you and you'll see how easy it is. But when you go to do it, it's still a bit of an exercise and chore, even though we will make it so easy for you. But like anything, you're going to do it, you want to invest in the right car.
Yeah.
There's no point going buying an old, just a 911 SC or something like that, because there's enough here, okay? But if you want to do something pretty blue chip, pretty serious, 3.6s, 964s or RSRs or, certain, Carrera GTs, 918s, okay, not that league, then go to a really, really good short wheelbase, soft
250
window.
Ferrari, yeah.
So anything out there, we can even do it like I've done in the past. We can even bid for clients at auctions. We're getting a few accreditations happening at the moment onto an international level. So, yeah, that's a really, really big space that we're going to start playing in. It's not going to be a quantity, it's a quality like this plate. It's not quantity, it's a quality. But it's a real bespoke, hold your hand all the way through service. So, yeah, it's exciting, really exciting, because like I said, we've been working on it. We've put all the right people in place now. Yeah, you don't have to fucking worry about anything.
Yeah, with values and exchange rates, the simple fact is, with values and exchange rates and what cars are worth here in Australia, anyone could go and buy a Daytona or something of that ilk in the UK or Europe, fly it to Australia, and it'd be worth immediately so much more. But actually having the knowledge, skills, network, and ability to get it here is another thing entirely. And 9.5 out of 10 people can't do it. So this is the offer. We have the network, the ability to do that.
And because so many people are so busy in this line of work, and that's where our expertise, our trust, our reputation, we've put it in place to make it as easy as it could ever get for you. Like, you literally don't have to fucking leave your home or your office, really. You just contact us. We will tell you how it gets done. We will show you how it gets done, and we will make it happen for you if you're real.
Here's what it's going to cost. Here's how long it's going to take.
Really, really fucking simple.
Yeah.
Really simple.
Exactly.
So, looking forward to it. We are doing it now. We've done a handful, and we've exported a couple. I mean, our Lambo's gone to South Africa. She's left already.
Mercy, So
that was a bit sad.
The see-through glass, the green Murcielago,
which we really wanted to keep in Australia. But how many times people used to throw rocks at us at Duttons, and I used to say, well, where do you see Red Cross here? This is a business, and if the money's overseas, what do I do? Well, hang on, this is fucking no different. I built that joint. It's no different to this joint. We have what we call global cars, and we have these cars advertised overseas. So if the market exchange rate is paying it, it's sad, because that was the only Australian version, only Australian example.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
It's gone. So sad.
It's very sad. Very, very, very sad. A lot of cars have left. But what do you do? Sometimes in Australia, but sometimes in Australia, we have a mentality, which is sad, that everyone just wants to steal shit. Everyone just steal it. Everyone's a deal. Which I respect. But we're not in Bali at a fucking market. We're not in fucking Thailand and fucking Koh Samui or fucking in fucking Sayonara 5 or 4 or 3. I love Thailand's fucking grouse. But what I'm saying is, we're not at a flea market. These are blue chip assets, majority of them. You don't steal them. You just buy the right car and you keep it, you look after it, and it can be an investment. But if you buy the right car and you buy it well, that's not stealing it. See, buying well does not mean steal. Buying well means you pay fair money. There's rip-off money and fair money. And when it's cheap, there's usually a fucking reason it's cheap. Like today, I went and saw that car. It was just gutted. It had everything going for it, but the car was just fucked.
Yeah.
It was too far gone. The investment to return it back to where it was not there. You won't get it back. You'll overcapitalise, like many people do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, it's yeah, it's. What was I fucking saying? I was just missed out of the car. Talking about.
You're just ending off on our brokerage.
Yeah, so
stuff.
the brokerage, that's on the website. Pretty simple to see. Anything in the world that you want. Obviously, there's parameters. We know all the guidelines. We know what cars qualify. There's a million car brokers out there bringing shit in and all of that. We're not about that. We're about specialised, strategic, targeted, certain cars that we can get in anywhere in the world and we can land it here. So contact us. Go. Great service. Looking forward to it.
On a similar ilk, the next thing that we're sort of branching out into doing a bit more of an offering is valuations.
Yeah, no, we're getting, again, a few accreditations, just getting the accreditations coming into place, International Valuing Association. So, again, did this a lot of Duttons, we did a lot of New Zealand valuations. I've been doing it long enough.
So, Sean, me, the customer, why do I need a valuation? Why can't I just go to car sales and say, oh, well, the cars look like they're worth 50 grand, so I guess my car's worth 50 grand?
Look, most people do that, but they're generally wrong because only looking at the data, current data, and certain these cars, like I can tell you, I mean, some of these cars 6 months ago or that certain part of the market were up 10%. I mean, the HSV that we just sold, that was 200,000 just under 2 years ago when the HSV market was up. Now that car just sold for 110. That's a correction of 80 or 90,000. So, someone's saying like the SLS, they were about 12 months ago, about 2 years ago, they were around the 600 mark. Now they come back. We've got the second cheapest in the country at 400. Fuck, that means they lost money. Well, it depends on anything. If you bought shares and they went up and then they dropped, and if you sold them, well, then you lost money. But if you hang on to them and wait for the market to turn, they'll go back. So, if you have to sell the car, well, obviously you need the money. Well, the car's obviously not your fucking issue. Everything else is, and the car's become a part of an issue. So that you can't control. But in terms of, did that guy lose money? Well, if he sold it now, technically he did. But he bought it also when the market was high. And so did everything else. The market come back. So again, with valuations, where it's paramount is with the amount of years and network, we can give you a good guide of where we feel the car is. Like I've given valuations where they're saying the car today, there's one online at 200. I'll put the fucking thing at 180. Because on average, the car is, there was one car that happened to be a bit inflated. There was one that was a bit higher. But on average, it was around that sort of 180 to 205. I always like to be a little bit conservative. I always have. So I go off the data. I go off, certainly with global cars, I go from a global point of view too. So we've got a beautiful car coming. I won't say too much, but it has the initials QV in it. It does come from Italy. And it has wings on it. And I can't say too much, but you'll see it when it's here. But it's epic. Now, same car, overseas, equivalent, landed. You couldn't land them under probably 1.6, 1.7. On a good day in a perfect world, which doesn't happen. Or do you pay 10 or 15% and buy that car that's here? Because it's here and it's been here for 30 years. You know what I mean? So now I'm putting that car out of that sort of time frame because then it's not worthwhile then doing it. If the market was strong, that car was $2 million all day. All day. So again, valuations are important because it gives you a good barometer of what you have and what that potentially could be. Again, there's so many different fucking factors, you know what I mean? You can't. You can only go off the data of what's happened.
Yeah.
And because we're linked with a few big organisations now, we've got access to that data. So with the valuations, whether it's an asset sale or it might be part of a trust, might be in family inheritance, that gives you a good barometer of what that vehicle is deemed to be.
Because there's a whole bunch of legal reasons why you
100%. I mean, if I give the wrong valuations, there could be legal repercussions. But that just doesn't work in my DNA. Like I gave evaluations on a car and I wrote it down. It was all certified, putting my name, my whole company behind it. And they were a bit annoyed because they thought it was a bit low. Well, I said, there's reason to go low and there's reason to go high. I'd rather go low. because if anything, you're going to have more of an upside. So over time, I've realised that's just generally the way we do it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very specialist car, as one of X or one of one or whatever the case may be, then it's different. You can't really say.
No, I mean, it's a bit like a couple of really unique one-off, like seriously one-off cars that we've sold. The value is whatever someone's going to pay for.
Well, hang on. Perfect example. Fucking 700, 750, 700, 750, 800, 750, 800. The fucking Murcielago. We've got $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, the value is what someone will pay for it, and that's really
sadly,
hard to judge for the one-off.
Because of what we deal in, they are very unique.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I knocked back a fucking F40 in 13, because they wanted 800, we were 750, Aussie. Fucking thing's $4 million now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So again, it's valuations, especially now. A lot of clients are getting older. A lot of their kids aren't into these type of cars. They want valuations. So God forbid when they can go to someone who's got 20 plus years fucking experience, millions of dollars invested, run empires, got enough fucking runs on the board, got the 4 stars. Not many pricks have done what I've done. I'm not saying that. It is what it is, mate. Call it arrogance. Fuck off. It's confidence. I've been doing my whole life, mate. I know it. I know that. So I'm willing to put my balls on the line. Valuation, not balls on the line. When you know your market, you know what to put down there.
Yeah.
It's only fuckwits that are trying to make it look good. Oh, yeah, your car's worth $3 million.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. It's not worth $3 million. It's worth 2.5. But you can say put 2. So that's what valuations are for. They're very, very good legal standpoint. Also, again, inheritance, family, asset valuations, all of those things. People want to draw down. These cars are worth a lot of money. They might want to draw down $500,000 out of $1 million car. It's not even a property or an equity. And they will come to someone like me, because we've been in the industry so long, that my word counts. And if I put it in writing, that holds weight. Yep. And now that we're part of a couple of big organisations overseas, that even holds more weight on an international level.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. Awesome. The next thing we're going to start doing this year.
And there's degrees of valuation. So again,
yes,
inquire. You might have one which you need a basic valuation, which might be only just a 2-page, or you might need a full certified, which we can do, which is about 20 or 30 photos. Car comes to us, we do detailed photos, write it up. It comes in a proper form, all properly displayed, all presented, ready to go, which you can go to court with. It's so there's like 3 different ones. You've got a basic one, which most people will do, and obviously they vary in price because there's a lot more intensities and what we put together and so on. So again, if you need them, you contact us. It's on the website, correct?
Yep.
Nico and I, contact us. We'll be in touch, Australia-wide, and we're doing it in New Zealand too. So yeah, let us know.
Awesome.
Yep.
The next thing we're doing is, you guys might remember way back in season 1, we told a few stories about the rallies that we did with a certain unnamed party back in the day. And despite some of the not so good relationships that came from said party, we had a lot of fun on those events.
They were great. We've
wanted to run some of our own for a long time. We actually planned a couple of our own that just couldn't come to fruition for various reasons. But that is another thing that we'd like to get back into. So we are going to start the first half of the year off with some single day events local to us. And we're just going to invite everyone along for a good time. Enjoy the passion that we all share.
We're going to do like a day trips. We're going to start here. We're going to do, like, again, great clientele in a variety of industries. Some have wineries, some have day houses, in various parts of beautiful driving road regions. We might do, we're going to do maybe a couple of day events. Then we might do a weekend event, which stay overnight. Not going to be big numbers, 20, 30 people, so it's intimate. It'll be like a first in, best dress. There'll be some, some charges obviously for food and things like that. But again, this ain't going to be a thing which is going to be like a big money spinner, nothing like that. This is going to be a bit of a, let's get a fellowship together, have a bit of fun. Of course, there are costs involved, but it's more, just having a bit. It was like they were good, even though we did everything. We just did nothing. But in saying that, we did it, and it was a really good fellowship that we had.
Lots of great relationships.
Came from that. So a lot of people have been asking us for years, And we said, look, when the timing's right, you know what I mean? And now the timing's right.
Yep.
So, like I said, 2025 was a year of continuation and growth. And like I said, these services and what we're talking about, they've been on the cards for a while. But like anything, you know, we've had amazing growth. And if anything, we've had to pull it back a bit because it's just got too much and we wanted to do it right. And we probably held some of these things back probably about a year or two when we have been doing it, but now we're actually officially saying it.
100%.
People know my client network that I've been bringing cars in from overseas and doing stuff anyways. But now we're like telling it to you, the normal public, so to speak, or the normal person that not in the inner sanctum, I call it, that this is what we offer.
Yeah. So for the first half of the year,
and in this part of the market, it's very crucial. All those little
for the first part of the year, there will be a page on the website for it.
Yeah,
it's coming, and it'll be as simple as
register.
You sign up, register, you put in your credit card details, and you pay the fee. You rock up, and your breakfast foods in the morning, your coffees are all free provided, and then your lunch is free provided. So
we're just locking
you're not paying for anything on the day.
Yeah.
You just pay your fee at the start, you come along, you have a good time with us. It's a very small single day version of what would happen on a bull rush rally or something like that, all inclusive. And then we'll just grow from there. We'll expand it from there. I already have our first big 3-day event planned out that we were going to do for something else previously. I'm going to use it for this. That is wild, that one. That is off that.
We may partner up with a couple of others who've been really keen to do something with us, but we'll let you know. And they're all key players, if you will, in their space in the industry. So, a lot of people have been talking about this. We've been discussing it, but again, valuations, importations, car brokering, car events, fucking day trips and rallies per se.
And I've just had an excellent idea.
We're not here to take on anyone and what they do, nothing like that. Like I said, we never do. Yeah. We are in our own lane, doing our own thing, knowing what our customers and our clientele, and we're blessed with new clientele every day, every week that we're meeting and coming on board, what they're asking and what they're wanting to do. And like I said, we've been privileged that we did a few things in the past and we've taken all the good things, left all the shit away and taken all the good stuff and wait for the new one. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But intimate, not many, like 20 people. So it's first in, first dress, mate.
Yeah, max 20
and we don't give a fuck what you bring.
Yeah.
Just something cool. Yeah. That's it. That's all that matters.
Exactly right.
That's all it is. So
exactly right.
So there's some really exciting things happening.
Awesome. So that's all of the big things that we're going to list for now. There's some more things happening later in the year, but those are all the big things that are being added.
And they're on the website now, so you can already engage with those now.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. Car of the week.
Well, we were talking about this before. We were like trying to work out, again, we're very blessed. You know, we moved a lot of cool cars so far over the last sort of 2 months. And we got this in the other day. I mean, it's already sold, but it doesn't matter because I'm still going to put it out there because, a lot of people do. We don't have all the infrastructure, so we put coming soon. So people get to know who our ads are and the silhouette picture that Nico put together, so they know it's us. And the way we write our ads is, it's got its theme, so people know it's a YTG. And I feel very humbled because a lot of people ringing through the website, which is great. They know it's us. They come through the website because they save us. Because for all those morons that ring up and offer $50 on a $100,000 car, the dealers pay for that. Yeah. So it's really good when people do that because it's conscious and actually intelligent, nice person. So they come through, and then the car that we've got, that we've sold, which we're going to market, which Nico photographed, is, it's cool because we put it in the front there, and when people walk in, their reaction's like, fuck, wouldn't expect to see that because it's parked next to the SLS. So great history, great pedigree, HG Monaro. So 12th 70, so December 70, this car was built, sold to a Mrs. Goldsworthy in Springvale, okay? Now, Mrs. Goldsworthy, or the Goldsworthy family, owned this car since brand new, became a family member and so on. And sadly, in 2005 in Springvale, the same house, the car was stolen.
35 years later.
So, Mrs. Goldsworthy, sadly, I think the husband had passed, and the kids were a bit older and all that sort of usual stuff, but they still had the car. and it was just in the garage. Oh, sorry, in the carport, and it wasn't going that well. But anyways, they still had it, still original. Car got stolen. She was obviously upset. No, not insured. Didn't have the money. Didn't know what to do. She rang up a radio station. Radio station called 3AW. 3AW, hello, Mrs. Goldsworthy, blah, 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 my car was stolen. And because I guess the nostalgia, it's a Monaro, it was orange, one owner, bought it new, became a family member, she never wanted to sell it. That's something that catches people's attention. And I guess 3AW's drive, people listening to the radio in the car, that sort of stuff. So it got a bit of traction. And then about 2 weeks later, someone that must have been listening saw the car dumped in Scoresby in like a fucking paddock or something. They saw it was stripped. And these blokes saw orange Monaro, could see it. They didn't know what to do. They rang the radio station 3AW. So, hey, mate, so-and-so, we think we found Mrs. Gill. We think it is. So then someone else has rung up because they know they didn't have any money. So all of a sudden, this started getting traction. So someone around goes, look, we got a tow truck service. We'll pick up the car. We'll take it back to her for free of charge. Poor thing, blah, blah, blah. So all of a sudden, radio, TV, interviewing Mrs. Goldwood about this fucking Monaro. Mate, that's cool. So what happens is she's got no money, car's back, it's fucked, sitting in the garage, stripped, engine, panel, well, not panel, wheels, interior. Holden contact 3AW, Rare Spares contact 3AW, and a host of others. They get the car, restore it, and give it back to her. Makes TV, press, media, radio. We've got the newspaper articles, we've got the transcripts, we've got the letter from Rare Spares, the general manager, saying how we were so happy to rebuild this car on your behalf. It's Australian iconic, great story. They put a little remote control fucking immobiliser.
So funny.
It's so funny. Because usually going, how does it start? And I go, mate, it's got a fucking immobiliser. Like, they've got this little immobiliser from 2005 when they restored it. So this car, they found it. So the Bananas had hooked it. They took the engine, which was a 186S. So it's a genuine Monaro GDS 186S, floor shift, Indy orange on black. Totally original, unmolested, not fucked with. These guys have hooked it. So they put it back together. Obviously, they could put the original engine in, so they put a period correct engine. Car's fully restored. And it's been in the family all that time. So then Miss Goldsworthy passed because she didn't want to sell the car.
Yeah.
She wanted to be buried with the car.
Stay with her forever.
She could have been buried with it. She could have been. So I knew one of the family members, and then we had our ability to get hold of the car. And, yeah, we sold it. Before we even did the photos. But it's gone to one of those big auction places, so to speak.
Yeah.
Can't say which one it is, but yeah, you'll see it. So yeah, we worked with a couple of auction places in the past.
It will be back in the media again.
Yeah, it'll be back in the media because that whole story is what they loved about it too.
Yeah,
and
exactly
I think that's
right.
fantastic. So yeah, we actually was very proud when I got the car, and I've never had one before, and yeah, it was cool, especially if you had it parked in the front. So if anyone's coming here, even though we're not over the public, but anyone's walked in, they can see when you walk in the front there, we've always got usually something epic. Now, epic doesn't mean it's expensive. Epic means it's cool and different. So we've had, I think the dearest car we've had sitting down there was fucking 2.5 million, and then the cheapest car we've had sitting in there was probably, maybe the Monaro, 130.
I was going to say 150. So.
Yeah, that'd probably be the cheapest one. So, but when people walk in, they don't look at the $500,000 SLS next to it. They look at the fucking orange Monaro for a quarter of the price.
Bright orange.
Yeah, it's just cool. So yeah, that was good. So that was our car of the second because it sold very quickly. But that was the car of the week. But yeah, I still wanted to mention it. Even though there's so many cars of the week we've sold.
Probably one of the coolest stories.
Yeah, man. That's what I loved about it because it just had such a cool story. And I remember when I was buying the car with the family, we were talking about it and they were going, well, maybe you don't want to say that because I think like a year ago they tried to do it privately or something or other, and when people ring up, they're going, "Oh yeah, the car was stolen," and then just dial tone.
Yeah.
But I guess, look, I don't know. It's depending on how you tell it.
Yeah.
I mean, the same story but told differently. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great, and that's what sold it.
Yeah.
And that's what they'll use to market it.
100%.
And I remember a couple of people talking. They actually remember it. I don't fucking remember it.
Yeah.
2005 was in Sydney, but. yeah, people, I remember that car, yeah. So, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Actually, the guy came and checked it out. The inspector actually goes, I fucking remember this car when it was stolen.
Yeah.
He goes, wow, is this the car? I went, yeah, man. He goes, like, that's cool. So that was really good. We've been pretty blessed. I mean, we've had some cool stories with some of these cars. Interesting and notorious backgrounds and ownerships and just interesting. So, yeah, no, it was good. So that was the car of the week.
Awesome. All right, so we get on to some questions because we put up a question slide last week.
We put some up
on Instagram, and we got some mega questions.
Oh, yeah?
We got heaps come through, some really awesome ones. And they're all over the place, so this should be really good. So I'm going to kick off the first one, and I've got an immediate start of an answer for this.
Yeah.
So do you think the fires in California that burnt up most of LA and burnt up all those rare cars are going to affect the market globally? So I'm going to start off the answer to this by saying this question has come from all of the videos, the reels on Instagram and TikTok
all
of
those
LA.
Porsches, all the things are fucked.
Half of those videos that you will have seen are AI generated.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, we haven't lost 500,000 Porsches to fires here.
I wonder why they. I mean, again, let's not go down that rabbit hole because people know what I'm thinking when I think that those. Anyways, I don't know. It's hard to say. You don't know what the.
I don't think it is going to affect the market in the slightest. There might be really oddball cars where there's 5 in the world, and we might have lost 2 of them to a specialist that had a shop there. But, globally, overall, global markets not affected in the slightest by fires in one section of one city. No way.
And no one really gives a shit because they're all left-hand drive.
Well, mostly Europe's left-hand drive.
Yeah, but we're not there. We're in Australia.
Okay, so no one in Australia gives a shit. So our market's not affected.
I mean, I don't know. You can't say that. I mean,
no way. It's not enough.
Nah, I was going to say no. No.
There we go. So that's a quick answer to that one. Covered off nice and quick. The next one. The downfall of manufacturers and EVs and what this means for the future of hydrogen and alternative fuel. So this is interesting because this is asking, EVs obviously on a downtrend again, or not again, but it's back down again after its initial
all the manufacturers have just said it. They're reviewing everything.
Exactly right. So EVs obviously on a downtrend. So these people are asking, what does this mean for all of our alternative options, our hydrogens, all this sort of stuff?
Toyota, who else is doing it? They're really focusing, important thing, they're really focused on hydrogen as an alternative because they've realised people want emotion. They want feeling. Mm-hmm. They want, that C63, soulless.
Yeah. So we've got one of the cars we've got that definitely was not going to make car of the week is a 2024.
Now people keep going, you hang shit on it. I don't hang shit on it. I just fucking say it the way it is.
2024?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2024 C63.
She launched the
launch edition. So this is the 4-cylinder C63 that the world blew up over.
Which we swore we would never have one.
And now we've got one.
And now I got one.
Sean.
But if you're going to have one, you may as well have this one, the F1 edition.
I love it. And we leave it at that. So, hydrogen still has a lot of inefficiencies. Yeah. There is still many, many years ahead of the hydrogen pathway before any sort of downfall for EV can help that, because as much as EV may disappear, it may not, whatever happens with EV, hydrogen, there's work to do there before it can be a possible replacement. So look, it'll trundle along in the background. People will focus on it. It might be a thing in 20 years. What I am putting my money behind is synthetic fuels, because that is an easy and immediate fix to all the problems. They just need to find a way to make it more cost effectively, which just comes with scale.
I was going to say that
as they make more and more of it, it'll just get cheaper and cheaper to make.
Exactly what
until the point where it costs the same as fuel, And if we really want to save the world, that's how it's done.
Mate, we've got 100 and what is it? We were 150 years worth of oil dependence, the world, and supplied. So,
no, see, I heard that was total bullshit.
No,
but I don't know. I don't know enough to know. Because it's all marketing fucking...
I've got, again, very, very good network of people, and, it's, again, It's all this fucking new world order bullshit. I don't want to get into the rabbit hole.
Who knows what to believe these days, mate?
It's all that bullshit, mate. And I think a lot of manufacturers have realised that woke go broke, and it's fucking
hashtag Jaguar.
Oh, mate, just in general, in the way they're doing things, that they're realising, no, we're not in a good space, and we're not going this way, and it's not being fucking. We're going broke.
Yeah. And
that's why everyone's doing a fucking reverse because yeah, they're selling. Bullshit, these are manipulated figures. We're in the fucking industry, mate. We know. We know exactly what's going on.
So many agendas going on.
Fuck, mate. Yeah. Mate, you're gonna fucking ask the diamond merchant, you're gonna go talk to the baker about diamonds?
Yeah. Exactly.
You're gonna fucking talk to the blokes in the industry, mate, about that industry.
Yep.
Not what the fucking media will get told by the manufacturers or the government.
100%.
So yeah.
All right, next question. And this one's awesome, and it's going to hit you out of the blue. So you might need to take a second to think about this, or you might have something. So, what do you think is the most slept-on manufacturer or car model?
Slept on. What do you mean?
Slept on. Underestimated, forgotten, good but not appreciated, underrated. There's a lot of options.
Well, I mean,
my easy answer for this is Lotus. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Half the people out there, if you went and test drove one, you'd be selling whatever you've got to buy a Lotus. That is my humble opinion. And I'll back that up because
I think Lotus
I drove when Niall, our lovely customer Niall, who is also sponsoring the race car, you legend.
Balaclava glass.
I had to move his GT4 the other day. Porsche came in GT4 2016, the original one.
The proper one, yeah.
And it reminded me, as good as that car is, and as amazing as it does everything, the driving experience as a enthusiast is so lackluster in comparison to a Lotus of similar value. And if you were to drive a GT4 and then go drive an Exige 350, you would shit your pants in the Lotus because the Porsche is so quiet and chill and relaxed and comfortable, and the Exige feels like you are strapping yourself to a rocket ship.
It's the Lotus is the running spikes, and the Cayman is the Night 270s.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah,
but it's not the running spikes. But not everyone wants the running spikes too.
Not everyone wants the running spikes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the driving enthusiasts out there that have not yet tasted the gold.
I don't know. See, I think Lotus has lost their way a little bit, personally.
Not the new stuff, the old stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff. Yeah. But I don't think you're the ideal customer for it.
Oh, no, mate. Fuck, mate. No, not at all. I like them. I appreciate them. But nah, not me. Not me. I'm not. But, see, I don't know. I don't know, because all the brands are just so fucking all over the place at the moment. I don't know. I can't really say. I would have probably said, no, I wouldn't even say that now. I mean, overlooked. I always said Aston, I think, was a bit overlooked because everyone would automatically go for the usual suspects. Porsche, Ferrari, Lambo, Maserati.
Yep. And Aston do make a good product these days.
Fucking great product.
Yeah.
I still believe that DB11 or DB12 Superleggera, I still think it's one of the most beautiful cars ever made. And it has a subtle in your face, like, you know what I mean? Like you rock up and you can't help but take notice, but it's like whereas it's like, ugh, if it's something else from Italy, which is sad, but I've always said there's something about that. So I don't know, I'd maybe say Aston had lost its way a little bit. There was a little bit nowhere. DB9 ran for a fucking long time. Needed something new. They need a new injection. And now they've done that now. And I think maybe so, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. Because a lot of them have now come back in their own way, whether it's good or bad, but they've got sort of momentum again.
No, Aston's a good answer. I'll tell you what's another good answer.
Personally.
On that similar train of thought in terms of, if we're going to talk about new stuff, I reckon a massive slept-on manufacturer is Toyota, because in today's age where all of the other I want to say grassroots manufacturers, but people's cars manufacturers are moving away from sports cars. There's no more Nissan Pulsar GTRs. There's no more Skylines. There's no more Subaru WRX STIs. There's no more Evos. But Toyota. Here is Toyota with GR, making the 86, making the Supra, making the Corolla and the Yaris GR. All amazing manual sports cars.
And they're talking about doing a Celica again, to see the new look of it.
Dude, Toyota is killing the game.
See, they're listening to their market.
The Japanese, but also just the regular people's cars, the Volkswagens, everything else, is making that many cool rear-wheel drive, relatively accessible sports cars. Nissan make the 400Z, which kind of competes, but they make one. Toyota make four,
is that
five.
What it's called now, 400Z?
Is it 400ZX? 400Z? I think it's 400Z, yeah.
Is that new thing?
Yeah.
It's fucking ugly.
It is a bit fugly. Yeah. It's a Supra.
I think Toyota's grouse because they're listening to what their people want.
100%. Yeah.
And they're delivering it and they're selling.
Yes, they are. They are selling. Yeah.
Can you, and someone's talking, 80,000 for that Corolla.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. The
two-seater thing.
The two-seater one, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they're talking they want $100,000 for it. It's a Corolla. Yeah. But again, it just goes to show you the strength. That someone sees the value in paying $100,000.
And just stand back and look at what they're doing compared to what all the other manufacturers are doing.
Yep.
And because they're everywhere, and because they're Toyotas, you don't really take notice. But stop for a second and think,
mate.
What they're doing is awesome, and it needs to be appreciated more. So that's
100%.
another big slept-on manufacturer for me. So,
but would you call that slept on, or they really woke it up and they're fucking going, hang on,
no, because it's slept on from the market's perspective, not from the manufacturer side. So.
Just overlook it.
Yeah, what a brand or model that people are overlooking, and I think Toyota is definitely a huge one. I don't think many people are sitting here going, "No, Toyota's the only one making sports cars in the modern age."
Because
that's true.
Fucking blew me away. That Supra,
awesome
I was really
car.
taken away.
Awesome car.
And I love to drive a manual car.
One of the last Drivers Against Depression drives I went to, there was a Mark V Supra, black tan interior, manual, and I was like, oh, what a car. So yes, very cool.
We had a Mark V. Is that a Mark V?
Same as that one, but it was manual instead of auto, and the tan interior really gave it that Jaguar F-Type vibe over just being a sport. Yeah, very cool. All right, moving on. Any funny or memorable car stories since starting at YTG? So while you're thinking, I'll kick things off. Back on a rally of a name of which we will not say, we had an interesting stint where me and Sean, I'd stopped to do some drone work of the field as it was coming past. I flew the drone so far away that it lost connection with my hand device and then glitched. So I still had control of the drone, but the screen had stopped working, and it was so far away that I couldn't see the bloody thing. So I am sprinting back down the road. The field's passing me. I've totally lost the shot. Sean's at the back going, what the fuck is going
What's
on?
he doing? He's running back.
And I literally ran a good, I reckon it was 300-400 meters just so I could get in eye shot and try and find this dot of a drone that would have been so high up in the sky, just a dot in the blue sky.
I saw your car parked down there. I'm going,
dude,
what's he doing running up here? Slowed down.
I was shitting myself because I knew that I still had control of it, but I couldn't. The screen wasn't working. Yeah. I knew it was somewhere over that direction. I could not see it. Yeah. And so I'm shitting myself going, it is hovering somewhere in that region. And if I can't spot it, it's gone.
Yeah, fuck.
So that was hilarious. I managed to limp it back. Sean stopped to wait for me. We get going again. And at this point, the field has well and truly lost us. We're on our way, and I get to a quarter of a tank in the Lotus. And we had somewhat miscalculated how far it was to the next fuel stop. The other thing I had miscalculated, because I never run the Lotus that low on fuel, is the last quarter of a tank on the gauge is actually the last 12th of fuel. And in 15 minutes of I reckon it was an hour to the next fuel station, which was Mount Beauty, that area of the world. In 15 minutes, I went from a quarter of a tank to literally nothing on empty, and I am shitting myself.
And I'm behind you.
You're behind me.
We're just fucking working.
Yeah, we're cruising.
We almost hit the fucking sheep.
We get stopped by a farmer moving a whole bunch of animals
over the
across
edge,
the road.
Come over the thing, and we're like, fuck.
Yeah, on the brakes.
On the brakes hard. And yeah, you're on the Lotus. I'm on my 55, my CL, and then that farmer, and that's the good thing with farmers, they're just fucking grouse.
Yeah.
He sort of looked at.
He's like, what are these two cars doing out here
also
in the middle of nowhere?
The yellow Lotus. I mean, the Silver Coupe, because of, that's not that out of control, but the yellow Lotus, and then, he gave us...
One of us had the bright idea, maybe the farmer has some fuel. Just 20 litres to get me to the next...
But we had to drive over so much mud...
Oh, yeah, so the farmer's yard, it was muddy, and then imagine a muddy, damp yard that 1,000 cows had just walked through. So it was churned up, it was soft,
and we're driving the Lotus and the CL.
Lotus!
And it was like, he's just belly rubbing against the dirt. I hit the air suspension to go up, and it made it worse because it's just mud everywhere inside, and it was just mud on the bright. It was like... I'm going to get stuck here. We're fucked.
Yeah,
we're
literally.
Fucked. We can't go anywhere. And it was just so much mud.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting out of the fucking car because I can't walk.
Yeah, and I'm trying to... You get the squelching noises as I'm walking.
And then going, thank fuck he had fuel.
Mate, so he just had this big
fucking
silver thing. And I asked him, what kind of fuel is it? And he goes... I don't know.
Fuck.
I'm thinking, holy shit, this is a Lotus. It requires good fuel shit.
Well, it was going to be diesel only with all our tractors and fucking four-wheel drives. We're fucked.
Yeah.
But then, we got
some fuel. And his pump was mega. So I just needed enough to limp to the next fuel station. So, the pump only would have been on for 30, 45 seconds.
Tops.
And then we gave him some cash.
Money, and then he was
and
brand
we were
new,
off.
mate.
And then when we got all the way down to the town and the fuel station in the town, an hour later, I went to go, right, I need to fill the car up now, put 98 in it, and only took like 8 litres of 98. Like, it was nearly full. He'd given me so much fuel.
Fucking pisser.
Oh, so funny.
Fucking pisser, mate. So that was funny.
That was good. Can you think of any funny or memorable stories?
I can't. I mean, look, there's so many. I mean, I can't. I mean, like, a lot of them pride, a lot of them stupid shit and you laugh.
You were telling us one yesterday. It's like, fuck, that'd be so good to talk about the podcast, but we just can't do it.
Which one was that one?
That was the money in Sydney, in New South Wales, when we had it was a story that had come about because we had to get the cash counting machine out today.
What?
Remember when we had to get the cash counting machine out?
Yeah.
And then you started telling us stories about cash counting machine.
Well, yeah, no.
Can't really talk about those.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, I said, mate, when I'm dead, they'll do a movie because then they can say all the shit that I've seen and witnessed and fucking, it's, I mean, look, even here, I mean, like, I don't know, there's just been some batshit crazy stuff that just comes with this fucking territory. I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know what this. I mean, like, there's stories, but I can't really say them.
Yeah.
Because they're personal. It's funny shit, but you're like, fuck. Like, I can't.
It's a shame because there's some good ones.
There's some fucking doozies, some fucking epic shit. Epic. Legal, illegal, fucking a bit of who knows what.
Yeah.
It's just been, and to regular Joes, to so-called celebrities, to fucking that. Well, that fucking. I don't follow football. I have no fucking idea. I've had mates that play footy. I've sponsored in the past, and we had a pretty famous footballer came here, and I wouldn't have a fucking clue who he was.
Was he expecting you to know who he was?
Well, if he's a Brownlow medalist, a Norm Smith medalist, a fucking a bit of a superstar that's been pinched, and like works, plays for like one of the biggest club, if not the biggest club in Australia or in the league, and you've won all those things, and you're like, just everyone loves you, and I don't know him from a fucking bar of soap, and we're just talking, and he come from Perth. I go, man, oh, yeah, cool, no worries. You're mining? And he goes, oh, no, I play sport. I went, oh, yeah, fucking cool. No worries. And, we're just talking. And he goes, oh, do you have any sports? And I said, oh, mate, named a couple of fucking sports people that I've known, I've been mates with or whatever. And, like, yeah. And mentioned a couple of AFL blokes, mates of mine that were back in the day. And he's like, I go, so, what sort of sports you play? And he's like, oh, I'm in AFL. I went, oh, fuck, okay, cool. I'm sorry, brother, I fucking don't know AFL very well. I'm actually into rugby. And we're fucking talking and he's a fucking champion guy, like just a fucking champion bloke. And just, we got on really, really well. And he was looking at one of the HSVs. And he had, a 63 at the time. And it had been worked, so I couldn't trade it. But ripper guy, talking, get along. You get to the footy much? No, not really. And then, because he told me AFL, and not because I don't know AFL, so I don't fucking know, apart from the usual teams, but I don't know the players. I don't know who the fuck's who.
Yeah.
So I don't talk about it because I don't look like a fuckwit. So I go, look, I'm into a bit of rugby, Storms and that sort of stuff. It's, oh, yeah, cool. And then I go, so, brother, what team do you play for? Collingwood. I went, oh, okay. Fuck, okay, that's pretty big. And I go, Bobby Lee. He's like fucking the best. He was at WA and then Collingwood pinched him and he's over there now and over here and best and fairest and fucking Norm Smith and they won the fucking prep. And I'm telling fucking mates of mine afterwards and he'd laugh. I go, oh, fuck, so you're pretty fucking good then. Because I'm not stupid, but I know. And he's like sitting there like my simpleness of humbleness. Yeah. I don't fucking know, mate.
Yeah.
And he's like, because obviously other people must get a bit starstruck or they're like, oh...
It's probably a fresh experience for him, to be honest.
That's what he loved. He goes, you didn't treat me any differently. You treated me like how I treat normal, which is great, but I felt like a dumb shit more so.
Did you go and Google him afterwards? And
but after he left, he was a fucking champion. Like, if you're watching, brother, you're a fucking legend, mate. He was a fucking champion. We're just talking life and talking shit and, and he didn't tell me what. It was only, I better ask him, what team? And then afterwards, and then I felt like a dumb cunt because this guy's a fucking machine and I hadn't a clue. But he liked that, because we were just talking shit like normal. And we got on really, really well. And anyways, he left and we were talking to each other a couple of times and trying to work out the numbers and that sort of stuff. But and then after he left, I go, because JP's not into AFL either. Mm-hmm. Stevie's big into it because mates of his used to play and all that shit and he's sort of into it. And my mates are too. And then I had a couple of my mates and they're like, I go, you're not going to fucking believe who came in today. And I go, who? I go, Bobby Lee. It was just Bobby Lee. Fuck, sorry, brother. But again, that's what I know. But he was a fucking champion. And they've gone, what? Okay, press it first. North Devil. Yeah, man, that's him. Fuck. I went, yeah. They go, did you get his autograph? I go, I'm not going to fucking ask for an autograph. I go, I feel like a dickhead already. I didn't know who he was, a poor bloke. And he goes, mate, he's a fucking legend. Fuck, you got to get him back. So all these idiots are going, you fucking idiot. Did you know what you had there? I go, I didn't know, mate. I didn't fucking know. And that's happened a couple of times. If I'm not into the sports, I wouldn't have a fucking clue. We had a couple of Olympians in here. Mate, I didn't fucking know. And the priest won the fucking gold medal too. Yeah. So I felt even worse. I didn't know. Yeah. I go, I'm sorry, brother. I'm pretty simple. I love my car racing and I watch sports, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. So, I mean, like I said, we get some people coming in. I don't know who they are because I know I watch a lot of TV. And we had some prick come in here and he was on Home and Away.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know who the fuck he was. Someone else was here and said, he's an actor of Home and Away. I go, really? I don't fucking watch it. So, but they got a bit offended because we didn't know who they were.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Which, if anyone knows, that's not a fucking good thing for you.
No.
For me. I couldn't give a fuck if you're Ronald Reagan. All. Unless you're Donald Trump. Go! Anyways. But,
fuck's sake.
But, yeah, so I'm like, sorry, man, I don't watch TV. He goes, oh, really? Yeah, I've been on this show for 15. I go, mate, I wouldn't have a fucking clue, brother. I don't know. I'm sorry, mate. I don't watch TV.
Wow.
But it was like, and there was some, I think we had TV Logies or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't watch that shit either.
Nah.
So like Crick was on the fucking carpets and fucking had some fancy suit on and you see my shoes on. Brother, I don't watch TV, mate.
Yeah.
I don't watch. I'm sorry. Don't be offended, man. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
They do. Maybe she can ask you your autograph. And he's not going to like that.
Did you say that to him?
I don't give a fuck. How long do you know me?
Oh my God.
How long do you know me?
I know, but still, to his face. I love it.
That's the only way I'd say it. I don't say it to their back.
Oh, shit. That's
so
brilliant.
I said, okay, maybe she wants your fucking autograph, mate. I don't know what to say. Do you want to buy the car or not?
I love it. That's
I'll have
brilliant.
to think about it. Okay, good. See you later, mate.
See you later.
See ya.
Love it.
Fucking.
Fuck,
anyway,
that's
so
awesome.
no, look, I can't. There's some, Nah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll write it. I'll just
Write
have
a bunch down.
We'll just have a story night.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of blanking and a lot of beeping and a lot of fucking. I can't mention that name and I can't mention that restaurant. I can't mention. No, fuck. Let's go to the next story. You know what I mean? It'll be like. Anyway, so yeah. No.
Too good. All right, so we're going to skip the last few questions because we've nearly blasted through our whole hour.
Fuck, okay.
And we're going to quickly... No, it's been awesome. This has been great. We're going to quickly skim over a couple of key topics here for our episode topic, which we didn't even get onto because there's some really interesting headlines. So I got sent a whole bunch of different news reports, all electric car related, in the last couple of weeks. And I wanted to touch on them because they're all very interesting for their own various reasons. So we'll just quickly skim across them. So the first is Volkswagen leak exposed location data for 800,000 electric cars.
What they just dumped.
So the location information for VW, Audi, Seat, Skoda vehicles, so all of them, because the software's all the same. Linked to the data that was leaked are names, contact details, and obviously live locations. Details about when the cars were switched on, switched off, along with email addresses, phone numbers, and addresses of the drivers. So, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, but what do they expect?
And the last line is, if anything, this serves as yet another reminder of the immense amount of data collected by modern day vehicles, which they call a privacy nightmare.
Well, and like that Ford thing you were talking about. Remember they're timing your drive so they can feed you fucking ads.
Correct, the ads in the cars, yeah. And I mean, this isn't just electric vehicles. This is this specific article, but it's all new cars now, right? It's
new technology.
Yeah, and I mean, even Liam before was showing me that he's tracking his Ford Ranger back in New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
I think fuck, and he can see. What the battery is, he can see how much fuel the car's got, he can see whether it's running or not.
Yeah.
All on his phone.
Amazing on his phone, yeah.
Whoa.
So I mean, someone hacks your phone.
Yeah, or anything, or hacks the database that data goes through, right? So, I mean, just give me a car that turns on. Honestly.
Brother.
Far out.
I told you, mate, I drove that C63 to the end of the street, which is 400 metres, did a U-turn, brought it back, put it straight in the showroom, and jumped in my 93 Range Rover Vogue Classic and drove that home.
Yeah.
And it's smelly and V8 and, oh, Daddy, that car smells. Yeah, that fuel, the old V8 fuel smell. And I'm like, it's just, no. So, this
mate,
is bullshit. It's all fucking imploding,
when I was photographing that C63 launch edition the other day, I had to put the sunroof up for some of the photos, and I swear to God, it took me, because I videoed it for the comic effect of, I knew it was going to be difficult, literally 5 minutes to figure out how to open the bloody sunroof, because it's not a button, it's a touch haptic feedback thing.
Like the SL63, you have to...
And you don't just press it, you've got to swipe it and you've got to feel its nipple. And
it's like, fuck, what am I doing here?
Oh my God.
Fuck, what am I doing?
What was wrong with a button? Seriously, what was wrong with a button? Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to our next topic.
Yep.
Tesla amongst the most expensive cars to insure in Australia. So this was an article by Paul Marrick from our friends over at Car Expert. We've had Car Expert journalists here on the podcast before. Hello, James. They did a big comparison on insurance costs, and Tesla is top 5. They are up there with.
Is that expensive to fix? Because
no, to insure. So yearly premiums.
Yeah, but why would they do that? Because the cars are fucked and they keep breaking down, or they keep smashing.
Two reasons.
Otherwise, the reason for the premium to be high.
Really easy to write off.
Yeah,
because you tap a mailbox and they go, "Oh, batteries are fucked. See you later." And two, the lowering values, the depreciation.
Oh.
Because that's a nightmare for the insurance company, right? You buy a new Tesla for 60 grand, you go to insure it for 60 grand, and 8 months later the car's worth 38, you know.
Lucky.
It's a nightmare for insurance. Yeah. So it's literally costs so it's up there with the top 5 are Maserati, AMG, Chevrolet, interestingly enough, Porsche,
Corvette.
The Corvettes, Porsche and Tesla. So it's up there with all of your big luxury brands. The average annual premium for a Tesla Model 3 is over $3,000 a month.
About $4,000.
Yeah, 3.2 this has got. $3,000 as a adult with a good driving history. Blah, 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 blah.
Good suburb, garage.
As a P-plater, an 18-year-old P-plater, I was not paying that much in insurance. Like, that's wild. Crazy premiums. Just insane. So, interesting, hey. And our last one, and this is just a bit funny. The headline goes as follows. You'll love this. Hertz Car Rental offering renters of electric vehicles to buy their cars instead of returning them.
Yep.
Offers as low as $17,000 US for their Teslas.
Yeah, I heard about this.
They want to sell...
Don't give them back. You want to buy it? We'll sell it to you fucking cheap.
30,000 cars.
Yeah.
Across all of their fleet.
Ford, Hertz, Budget, Avis. There was all these and they have just no more. Cancel forward orders.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them. The headaches are fucking costing us the fortune. Get rid of them,
mate. Imagine that. Imagine renting a Tesla for the weekend in Adelaide, and then halfway through the weekend getting an email saying, "Hey, by the way, would you like to buy that?
Would you like to buy it?
20 grand? You know,
Give
whatever.
It to you cheap. Give it to you cheap because we don't want them back."
Oh my god. And funnily enough, after all this electric car talk of
let alone all the fucking Chinese ones are dumping the fuels over there.
Mate.
Thousands.
We don't need to
thousands.
The Chinese products.
Thousands.
It's bad. One of the biggest reasons that they have mentioned for doing this is the maintenance costs, funnily enough, on a car that's not supposed to have any maintenance costs.
Well, who was I talking to? I was talking to someone. Oh, no, to the boys. Porsche. We're talking about the fuck are they doing? Taycan.
Yep. Taycans, yep.
Good car, those. Good resale. The service costs entail brakes. Just stupid like fluid, washer fluids or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Software stuff. And some brakes, mainly the suspension, that sort of, because of those things. But there's no really. It's like you're trying to find shit to charge me for.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, right.
They're like, you did do this.
Yeah.
But there's no oils in the engine.
It's like when you take a car for a roadworthy and the car's relatively mint, and then they go, "Nope, that 2 centimeters of plastic is missing, and that little bit of rubber is hanging off," and you just stupid shit.
Hang on, my niece, I won't say the brand, but it's a popular SUV driven by women.
Okay.
They used to call them a Tirac tractor. So you should know what the brand is, but I won't say it. But a lot of women love them. Anyways, out of warranty, a year. Air conditioner not working properly. Takes it to the respective brand dealer.
Yeah.
See a young, pretty girl.
Here we go.
Black SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, Engine's not working properly. I'm not sure. Yeah, no worries at all. Bring it in. We'll have a look at it. No, that's not what you've done. You said bring it in. We'll have a look at it. No, you bring it in. Now, it's $600 for us to take it on, to diagnose, and then we'll tell you what after that will cost. Hang on, $600 just to get my key and just put it in the garage to then tell me what it is. So $600 just for that. Then on top. So the poor thing, she's intelligent enough to go, nah. And Sean, you know, I'm here at beep, 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 and what the fuck? What are you fucking doing there? I've got straight away. And don't forget, it's on loudspeaker. So, you know me. What the fuck are you doing there? Oh, don't. I'm in the train, I'll fucking tell you not to go to those fucking monkeys.
Love it.
Just get in the fucking car and go to my fucking workshop and we'll get it fucking sorted. $210. Sorted, see you later.
Wow.
Okay? But in saying that, it's how can we just get them? Oh. And because the majority of people, I was saying, majority of people just go, oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like when I was talking to them, they're going, oh, you know, it could be this, could be that. You know, when you see that, well, you're trying to find how you can charge.
Yeah. Literally.
Because there's no real upgrades or no real maintenance required for an EV. If anything, you shot yourselves in the foot, pricks.
Yeah.
Because what maintenance can you have?
Yeah.
Nothing. You just got a fucking product that you can't get rid of in X amount of years when its shelf life's done.
Mate, the amount of stories on the internet of guys who know what they're doing, taking a car that they have worked on, that they have replaced a brand new part or something, to a mechanic with a story. With a story. Yeah. And the mechanic tells them, oh, this is faulty. I've just brought this car to you knowing that part is perfect to test whether you're telling the truth or not. It's
quite amazing.
Scam artists.
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
It's crazy.
It's quite amazing. And it's still out there today.
100%
It's like people go into, I mean, I still can't believe people are like that. They go in, I get the phone call, Sean, can you help us? What happened? A friend of mine went into so-and-so brand. They looked at him. He wasn't dressed in the right attire. He didn't look the right way. He didn't say the right thing. He didn't have enough wanker about him.
Yep.
So they never spoke to him. And in one circumstances, they actually thought he was dropping something off. Ooh. And the guy had $1 million to buy a very expensive car.
Oh.
And I ended up getting him a car because I didn't give a fuck the way he looked.
Yeah.
And I know he's genuine, but these imbeciles and these brands still think, hey, dickheads, if you're watching, you don't own the brand, you work for the brand.
Yeah.
These idiots think they own the brand.
Yeah.
So when I worked for one of the marquee brands, I made sure that the crew did not look at the tool in the suit, but looked at the regular Joe being a regular Joe.
Yeah.
And you see, we've got a few billionaires that come here and
you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't fucking know. Mm-hmm. So again, it's that misconception that I still can't believe that to this day, 2025, people still have the audacity to look at people and judge them on the basis of what they think that clientele should be representing that brand. So that blows me away still to this day.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Wild.
That's just still amateur hour.
All right, final funny story to end. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I drove Rob from Summons Racing, who's also been on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
To a dealership of name I can't even remember in Box Hill to go and pick up a new tow car for the race cars.
Yes.
We walk in. We start chatting to him. Rob's wearing our team shirt, which has the YTG logo on it.
Yep.
He's talking to Rob, doesn't really see me. I'm busy looking at the car because the car's missing the floor mat, so I've gone looking for the floor mats. He is talking to Rob. I'm still in earshot. I hear him go, "Oh, YTG. You guys work with YTG?" And Rob's, "Oh, yeah, YTG." And at this point, I hear YTG. So I come around the corner of the car to join the conversation, and he goes, "Hey, you on that podcast?" Excellent. So we're off to a great start. Yeah. We get talking, and he's all, "Oh, I know Sean Baker. He doesn't really know me, but I've been around. I remember 20 years ago in Fairfield." You've probably heard Sean say Fairfield before on this podcast. 20 years ago in Fairfield, I used to work across the road from Sean Baker. He was at, I go, "Oh, yeah, the letter, the word starting with L. Yeah, that one, yeah. We used to be sitting in our dealership and we could hear the screaming from across the road.
Of the owner.
And he literally starts to imitate it. And he walks over to the car that Rob just bought and he opens up the fuel filler and he's going, "Look at the dirt! Look at the dirt!" It's just brilliant.
Isn't it just gold?
Oh.
It's just gold, isn't it? There's certain people in this industry.
Funny.
I'm probably sure someone says about me, they probably got bored.
Mate, I was dying.
It's funny, isn't it? How they just automatically, and they just nail it. And
straight away.
And people don't even really have to know the name. They just sort of half know.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
Yeah, and I just said to him, "Mate, he's still like that to this day." And he went, "Still?" And I went, "Yep."
Yeah, look, it's been funny. I mean, we've been out and about and people are like, "Hey, man, love your podcast." So, again, like I said before, very, very, mate, it's very humbling when people come up and say, "Hey, man, we love what you're doing." And, so, again, thank you, because that's, and I was just saying to someone the other day, 5 years now, podcast, we're doing, we really stick to our lane. We've really got our blinkers on. We've really created our own niche, which has been fantastic, and staying true to our authenticity. It's lovely when someone comes up and says, "Hey, look," I usually say, "Hey, don't hold it against me," but they always love it because they go, "No, that's what we love about you blokes, because just say it the way it is. It's authentic. It all comes from facts and proof and runs on the board." And the main thing is we were talking like the last podcast about a brand and authenticity, and you're hoping that you can get good, honest validation by people like what you're doing. And yes, there's fans, and then there's buyers. We need them both, but I need to focus on the buyers.
Yep.
And that's what it is. So you don't want to get too big out there, because that's what people don't want. You want your brand to be still a bit more boutique and exclusive. It's good to feel that. So I just want to say thank you, because it's lovely. I mean, just even the other day, fucking at the server, and the fucking goes, "Hey man, YTG," and I'm like, "Yeah, brother, thanks, man." He goes, "Nah, fucking your podcast. Yeah, you were right, man." We were talking, he's bringing up something about Porsche. Like, "You and I must have had some fucking argument." No, I mean,
oh, yeah, okay.
And he's like, "Yeah, I fucking agree with you, mate, about the Ferrari and the Porsche." I mean,
was it the supercar argument?
Something to do with that.
Whether a Porsche GT3 is a supercar.
That was the turbo. Yeah. We're talking about that. And he goes, "I agree with you, man." And I went, "Yeah, man, that's cool, brother. I appreciate." But the fact is that even today, I felt so fucking bad. Mel, I'm sorry, because Frank come up and I went blank. We're talking about the Ferrari, and because you deal with the husbands all the time, you meet the wives over journeys, and I fucking forgot her name, and I went blank. We were talking about it. I called boss, and then they ran into me today. They go, and she goes, "What's my name?" And I went, "Yeah." I know, I was like, and Frank's laughing. He goes, Frank's going, "You're fucked now." And I went, and then he's laughing. I'm going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I went blank." She goes, "I am boss, but I'm not boss." I laughed. I went, "No." And I wasn't sure it was Melanie, it was Melissa, but I'm going, "No." And when I say, she goes, "So what is it, Sean?" And I'm like, and he's looking at me, goes, "Don't fucking look at me." And I went, "Frank," and he's laughing. He goes, "We were watching it and we were piercing ourselves laughing." And you're going, "Frank, oh, boss, I'm fucking sorry, darling." I went blank. And I went, because I couldn't think. And I'm going, "Fuck, Melanie." No, it's Melissa. But I just went blank. And then she's going, "We came past on purpose because we were pissing ourselves watching the podcast." And we thought, And then he just fucking put it on me. She goes, what's my name? And I went, huh? What? I was fucking dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say. And she's going, and I just went, I'm so sorry, Mel. And she's like, you sure? I went,
That's brutal. That's brutal.
Melody. No, Melissa. She goes, oh, Melody. No, Melissa. But I just went blank, brother. Fuck.
Oh, that's so they had listened to the podcast episode.
And they were pissing themselves laughing.
Brilliant.
So they came past today.
Just to make fun of you.
Well, they got a factory around the corner. They beautiful people, bought a Ferrari. Just fucking good people. But I went blank during the podcast. And I just went fucking crazy. And then I didn't expect them. And then they walk in. She's like... And I went, hey! And then they come over and goes, how you going, Shorty? I said, yeah, good, brother, good. She goes, what's my name? And I just fucking dumbfounded. Sorry, Mel.
That was
honest
so
mistake.
funny.
Sorry, I went fucking blank. Anyways, so yeah. So I'll see you on Sunday.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was just pisser.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.